Y'all! Judge Greg Mathis and his wife Linda, married for a whopping 39 years, have decided to call it quits. I know, right? It's like finding out Santa isn't real all over again. We're all used to celebrity divorces. They're as common as bad Botox in Tinseltown. But this one hit different, honey.
We are a whole family, a wholesome family. We all have our flaws, but we don't fight. Never have.
50 plus, leaving your husband. What do you think in this world for you besides fake tits and ass and dick from strangers?
Church, if I've been married for 39 years, there's not much that's gonna make me leave that man, because at 39 years, in the eternal words of Karen Huger, my marriage is an institution.
Now let's break this down, because there's more tea here than in the Boston Harbor. How does a couple make it through nearly 4 decades of marriage just to throw in the towel? It's got to be something major, right? Maybe years of tension finally bubbled over, or perhaps something so big happened that there was no turning back. Whatever went down, it's juicier than a perfectly ripe peach. First things first, the rumor mill is working overtime, honey. Word on the street is that Linda got fed up with all the cheating. But hold on to your wigs, because that's not even the half of it. The Mathis kids? They're dropping hints that it's way deeper than that. They're absolutely fuming with their dad, feeling betrayed by his actions, and they're clearly Team Linda in this divorce drama. Let's hit rewind for a hot second, because this split is giving everyone whiplash. It was just last year in 2022 when the Mathis fam let us all into their world with their reality TV show Mathis Family Matters. It was a whole vibe, bestie. During that time, Judge Mathis was all about family. I mean, the man literally said that his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame was cool and all, but it was his family that was the real MVP of his success. He was out here gushing about how Linda held it down, letting him work those crazy hours, and how her support was the secret sauce to his success. Fast forward to the start of 2024, and these two were living their best life. They were spotted getting cozy in Cabo, serving serious couple goals. Then, just a few weeks later, they were out and about at an influencer's brunch, looking as solid as ever. They even did an interview with Baller Alert, chatting about whether their show would come back and dropping gems on how they kept their bond so tight.
Because we are a whole family, a wholesome family. We all have our flaws, but we don't fight. Never have. And so we're going to see if we have to fight. If we have to fight, the answer is no.
Can you believe it? Mathis was out here saying their family was wholesome, like picture-perfect wholesome, and they never fought. Like, ever. Linda was on the same wavelength, saying that black families are great, they're not about that drama, and they just don't do inner fighting.
Of course, that, black families are great families. And they're not filled with, just inner fighting. And so, we show stereotypical tropes and trauma that they try to portray. We don't see that here. Exactly.
But hold on to your pearls, because just a few weeks later, boom! Divorce papers get slapped on the table faster than you can say irreconcilable differences. That's right, Linda listed July 17th as the date of separation, and her reason for the split? You guessed it, irreconcilable differences. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably thinking, irreconcilable differences after 39 years? Seriously? Like you'd think after nearly 4 decades together, they'd have worked out any issues by now. But nope. Seems like there was something Linda just couldn't get past. Here's the silver lining though. No messy custody battles. All their kids are grown and they're even grandparents now. But don't think for a second that Linda is walking away empty-handed. Sis is asking for spousal support, and she's making sure the court blocks Judge Mathis from getting any spousal support from her. Talk about a savage move. We're still in the dark about whether there was a prenup, so we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But seriously, this whole thing has everyone shook, especially since Judge Mathis has always been super vocal about how much he loves Linda. Over the years, he's gushed about how she managed their money and helped him get his life together when they first met. So for Linda to bounce after 39 years, it's got people wondering what the heck went wrong. But let's get real for a second. Being married to a public figure comes with its own set of challenges. Imagine having your relationship under a microscope all the time. Every move you make, every argument you have, it could all end up as gossip fodder. That's a lot of pressure for anyone to handle. So what could have caused this marriage to crash and burn? Let's just say Judge Mathis might not be as squeaky clean as he wants us to think. There's some dirt out there that paints a different picture, honey. For instance, back in 2019, there was an incident where the cops were investigating a situation involving Mathis allegedly spitting on a parking valet. Yeah, you read that right. Apparently he got mad over some car keys and spat on the guy. Not a good look, Judge. But wait, there's more. Word around town is that Judge Mathis might be a little, shall we say, financially conservative. And by that, I mean he's the kind of guy who will whip out a stack of coupons at dinner and then pull out a calculator to make sure his tip is exactly what's needed down to the last cent. Forget about him picking up the tab. If you're out dining with him, you're on your own. Now here's the kicker. This is the same Greg Mathis who's reportedly sitting on a cool $15 million and rakes in $5 million a year from his court show. Yet, despite all that cash, he's not exactly winning any popularity contests at his go-to spot, Baccio di Latte in Encino, California, or anywhere else for that matter. An insider spilled the tea to National Enquirer, saying, Judge Mathis, when he dines with friends, he never pays for their meal. When the bill comes, he breaks out his calculator and figures out his entire share to the penny. And just last year, there was another incident where an employee from the LA Department of Water and Power accused Mathis of threatening workers with a bang-bang after a heated confrontation. Apparently, Mathis got into it with the workers after they asked him to move his vehicle. Things escalated and Mathis allegedly flashed and pointed at the workers. But when asked about it, Mathis had a whole different story. He said the employees were blocking his driveway, and when he tried to get them to move, one of them got smart with him, threatening to run him over with their work truck. Mathis claims he never brandished anything, let alone pointed it at anyone. But if this is how he acts in public, can you imagine what might have been going down behind closed doors? Remember how Judge Mathis always preached about morals on his show? Well, word on the street is he might not have been practicing what he preached. Yep, you heard that right. People are whispering about some major dirt on the TV judge himself. Turns out, there might be a reason why Linda Mathis finally called it quits after 39 years, and it's not just about those crazy long work hours or feeling neglected. Nope, we're talking about the big CW, cheating. Can you believe it? Judge Mathis, the guy who's always telling people to do the right thing, might have been stepping out on his wife. Y'all remember when Wendy Williams hinted that Judge Mathis might have been cheating on Linda? Things got messy when Mathis went on Wendy's show, and she straight up asked him about rumors that he'd been caught in a motel room with a crackhead and a woman who wasn't his wife. That might have just been Wendy being Wendy, but Mathis did not take kindly to the allegations. He went off on her, and it was a whole thing.
Ask me about
nobody else keeps it real like
everyone
this.
in the media knows that tabloids print trash, but every week that they pay people to come up with you or anyone in this studio
But
to
that
go
is-
to a
that is-
tabloid and tell them, I want to sell you a story on someone, and they'll buy it.
Right.
And if that's the type of stuff that you fuel on your show,
And part
feel
of-
free to. But I don't know what else you want me to tell
Judge,
you.
I also
other than
got it-
I didn't do it.
I also
and
got
I
it
have
from
nothing
a-
to do with
I-
it. And I
listen.
don't know the woman, never met her, never used cocaine. Now, let's talk about fueling your stuff. You, on the other hand, have admitted to being addicted to cocaine.
Absolutely.
Secondly, you continue to show symptoms of your addiction.
Okay.
Lastly,
What
I
are those
heard that you-
symptoms? Tell me.
These nasal passages you keep
Yes.
coughing up.
And I did
Secondly,
Afrin, and I did
this
Afrin.
eternal cold that you continue to have.
Yes, oh,
that you
yes.
can't have to come to work because every other week,
Okay.
and now you even stupid so low as to blame it on your baby, your newborn. How low can you get? That's about as low as you can get to blame your child for your cocaine
Judge.
addiction. Then, lastly,
Judge.
your bisexual activity. I'm sure your audience want to know about that.
I'm
I've
su-
heard that rumor.
I'm sure
And
my husband would
finally,
love
yeah,
that.
Yeah, oh, he watches? Does he watch when you do it?
Yes, don't you
Wow.
know?
No, I don't know. I didn't know you were that low down. Lastly, we can continue with what I heard about all those abortions. Like 8? You had 8 abortions?
Wow,
Apparently, there was a woman who claimed that Mathis not only slept with her while he was high, but also asked if she could sleep with his wife, Linda. She even said she got pregnant by him. But Mathis swore that he didn't know the woman, had never heard of her, and that she was probably paid to tell that story. The rumors have definitely got people talking, especially since Mathis always seemed a little too eager to check out evidence when a pretty woman was suing on his show. Some people are saying he's definitely got a wandering eye, and if he popped off on Wendy like that, maybe there's some truth to the infidelity rumors. But here's where things get interesting. Some sources are saying that the divorce isn't about anything scandalous. Instead, it's because Judge Mathis has been working too much and neglecting their relationship. Dude runs a series of charities and has a production company that keeps him working 70 to 80 hours a week. According to an insider, Linda sacrificed her whole life for that man. He's working 24/7 for the better part of the last 30 years. Apparently, Judge Mathis promised Linda that he'd slow down so they could travel the world together and enjoy the rest of their lives, but he's not trying to pump the brakes anytime soon. The insider said, life's too short, and if Judge Mathis wants to keep running around the country working, he can do that. But Linda's not willing to sacrifice any longer. They also mentioned that Judge Mathis has one last chance to save his marriage. If he agrees to slow down and start valuing his wife, she might take him back. But honestly, it's hard to tell if it's really the work schedule that caused the rift. We've been focused on Judge Mathis and Linda, but what about their kids? Jade, Kamara, Greg Jr., and Amir have kept quiet until now. Rumor has it, they're ready to spill some serious tea on their parents' split. Could we be looking at a family divided, with sides being taken? Remember how perfect things looked on Mathis Family Matters? Reality TV can be deceiving, honey. Those smiling family photos might have hidden some serious drama. Now that mom and dad are splitting, the kids might finally reveal what was really happening behind the scenes. With the Mathis kids all working in different fields, they've probably got some unique insights into this whole situation. Jade and Kamara, being lawyers, might be looking at the legal side of things. Greg Jr., with his political background, could be worried about how this affects their public image. And Amir, well, he might be thinking about how this would play out on TV. But for now, they're keeping things within the family, leaving fans to speculate and cook up their own theories about what really went down. Some believe Linda grew weary of Judge Mathis being home all the time, getting under her skin, and not raking in the big bucks like he once did. Of course, there's also the possibility that the issues might not all lie with Judge Mathis. Linda could have her own reasons for wanting out. One person on X pointed out that she might have only held out so long for the money, writing, "This marriage has been over. His antics on TV were just a glimpse of what brought this on. She stayed for the coins until they weren't enough." Another commenter added, "Judge Mathis's wife divorced him after 39 years. I don't believe in divorce if there wasn't cheating involved. Cheating is enough for divorce. Everything else you can work through." So what do you think, besties? Was it infidelity? Was Judge Mathis working too much or maybe not working enough? Could it be that Linda just wanted a fresh start? Whatever the reason, this divorce has everyone talking. One thing's for sure, after 39 years of marriage, this split is more shocking than finding out your favorite Real Housewife is actually broke. It just goes to show that even after decades together, relationships can still hit rocky patches. So there you have it, my loves. The Judge Greg Mathis and Linda Mathis divorce saga served piping hot and extra messy. Will they reconcile? Is there more tea to be spilled? Only time will tell, but you can bet your last tube of Kylie lip kit that I'll be here keeping my eyes peeled for any updates. Until next time, stay gorgeous, stay curious, and remember, in Hollywood, happily ever after sometimes comes with an expiration date. Bye!